We're going to go over a Grammarly demo here. Now, Grammarly basically checks your writing and it corrects grammar mistakes. It's pretty powerful because you could use it like within WordPress, which is how I'm going to demo it today. Where I'm going to show you the free and the premium version. Now, the free version will get you, just the regular checks for grammar, and it's really powerful, right? If you start using it and you see how well it works, which I'm going to show you a very cool demo here, you're going to think, hey, this is amazing that it's free. Now, when you upgrade to the premium version, you'll see that it checks even more stuff for you. So your writing actually gets a little bit better. Now, the demo that I'm going to do is a transcript. So I recorded a couple YouTube videos, interviews with people. And basically, it's just raw conversation. The transcript is pretty solid, but a lot of times our grammar isn't proper when we're speaking. In fact, I'm not even sure if that was proper. But let's get to actually using the tool. It's free. It's a free Chrome extension. You just hop over to grammarly.com. By the way, this is an affiliate link. So if you do use my link, I get a commission, and I appreciate it if you do that. And like I said, I'll show you the free version first, and then I'll show you the paid version. Grammarly will catch your spelling mistakes, like typos, repeated words, missing words, that sort of thing. And it's really good. And we'll see that when we get to the demo within WordPress. There's like a Word, a Microsoft Word like extension that you can add. There are also a native application for Windows and Mac, so you could use those if you want. I usually just stick to the web version, and I often write inside WordPress. So that's where the primary demo is going to be. We're looking at the free version first, and I've already installed the Grammarly plugin. You can see it's this one right here. So Grammarly for Chrome. It will check on my specific WordPress installation. It can tell that I'm on WordPress. It'll show definitions. Actually, I have that turned off. So it won't show definitions and synonyms because I don't want it to. I write in American English, and it's fixed a lot of stuff since 2015. And I had a premium version back in the day, but it was a little buggy back then. And I've been testing it for a few months recently, and it kicks ass. It's really doing well. So without further ado, I'm going to copy and paste this full transcript of almost 3,700 words. And then I'm just going to paste it right into WordPress here. All right. And it'll take a second or two for Grammarly to catch up and check everything. And we'll see exactly how it shows us the mistakes and then how we can go in and fix it. The transcript was done by a company called rev.com. They're very good. But sometimes the grammar is a tad off. They don't add commas in. And you can see it underlines the word. You click on it, like just a normal click, and then they see a comma would be better. And every now and then, just as I'm going through, I will actually like make smaller sentences here or paragraphs just so it's easier. And you could basically fix the mistakes really quickly. And here's something, right? So it's not perfect every time. So now the reason why I invited you here is you're a student of Five Figure Niche Site, which is awesome. That's my premium course if you're not aware. And that actually sounds okay. The reason why I invited you here is you're a student. So that's okay. And what you could do is just say, ignore. We see here's a mistake. So earnings is one thing. It actually should be R. So you can see I'll start with this month, and that looks okay too. So I'll start with this month. That sounds okay to me. So we could actually say see more in Grammarly, and then it'll sort of pop up this view. So it says it appears the preposition with may be unnecessary in the context. Now let's read it and to see if that actually makes sense. I'll start with this month. Okay, let's back out from the context a little bit and say, look at the full sentence. It's kind of a seasonal thing. So earnings are kind of like this, but I can give you the earnings. I'll start with this month. So far I've earned 220 and so on. So in this case, it actually sounds fine to me as well. So it's not 100%, but what this has enabled me to do is basically like really speed up my proofreading. I don't have to read everything and get really damn close to like proper grammar. What happens when we talk out loud, especially like this, you're unable to like edit your sentences. So once it's out of your head, if it's close enough, a lot of times if you listen very closely to how people speak, it's a little bit off. That's why I thought it would be perfect to do a transcript. Okay, so I'm going to finish editing this one, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the premium version to see like how much deeper the premium version gets. And I nearly forgot to point out, it shows 32 critical issues, of which we've already fixed probably like 10 of them or so. So there were about 40 mistakes here. So one mistake per about every 100 words. And then the advanced issues are like more sophisticated sort of style guidelines, and it's a little more stringent. And some of them are going to be like more subjective, how you like for things to sound. And that is what you get in the premium version. So the critical issues are always checked in the free version. The advanced issues are, as they sound, more advanced grammar sort of techniques and style. So we're looking at the upgrade account screen. So I'm literally doing this live so you can see what it's like. You get twice as many corrections, and there are 400 checks and features. You could sort of configure those. By default, it's really solid, but if you find that you want to use a specific style of writing or something, you can make those configurations. You get better results for, say, like an academic essay, you're drafting a business email. They have different sort of checks for different document types. Primarily, I'm writing like blog content and more casual conversational type of content. And that, I mean, I'm doing a transcript, right? So just by default, like I need a more relaxed, non-stringent sort of review. So that's the kind of configuration that I select. And then the other really super awesome thing, and this comes into play big for affiliate marketing and or when you're hiring writers, right? Anytime you're hiring writers, there's a fear that they could be plagiarizing on some level. So they have a plagiarism checker so that you never have to worry about, accidentally borrowing content. Or if you reference something, you can see where it's coming from, right? So to reference it, or at least to go search a little bit harder. For me, I'm going to go with an annual plan. It's remarkably cheaper. It's about 64% cheaper or something like that. So you have to pay all up front, but that's what I'm going to go with just because it's such a great value. Just upgraded and paid, it instantly sort of adds this premium branding on here. And as a quick note, since we're just going through it as I am, if you go over to the profile, you can see that you can add your own dictionary. So there are some technical SEO and affiliate marketing terms that I use. So I've added these here, and you could add those as you go, just like any sort of spell check or dictionary. You can put your language, preferred language in here. So I write in American English. If you have other English that you want to add in here, you can feel free. And there's a little bit of different spelling just in general. Additionally, grammar and punctuation is a little bit different American versus other forms of English, since we sort of we mangle all sorts of languages. All right, so let's go over to WordPress again. I have copied and pasted the other transcript, which it's clocking in at about 5,600 words, and we can see that Grammarly is running. We see it's up here in our little toolbar section for Chrome, and we see some mistakes. So what I'm going to do, just to get a little more info, you click on the word, and then we'll say see more in Grammarly. Now, as we go through here, I'm not going to check everything. We'll see that there are 61 critical mistakes. So again, roughly around a little over one mistake per 100 words or so. So quite a few. And then there's 225 advanced issues. So first we'll look at the critical issues. Those are the ones you have to fix. And then the advanced issues are more like style. So I'll just show you a couple of the critical issues here just because they're critical. We see here, I'm really good, really looking forward to have a chat with you. And they say to having a chat with you. Really looking forward to having a chat. Okay, and see, in conversation, it's so easy to just not pay attention, and it's just a little bit off. So we'll move on to the next. I think in October period, is that right? And it should be the October period. So again, pretty straightforward to see these mistakes. Now, again, we have, these are the style, the advanced issues. So we'll skip these for now. And we'll look at a couple more of the critical ones, which are in red. So hopefully, and I'm skipping back and forth. All right. So hopefully is going this website, or maybe ones that I'm going to make in the future. Now, the interesting thing is Adrian is not a native English speaker. So his English is just like a tiny bit off sometimes. You could understand what he's saying, of course. And it's actually, it's pretty solid. There's a tiny bit of an accent, which actually gives him some character, some additional character, but this should be changed. So hopefully is going to this website. And yeah, so I'm going to say going to. Now let's read it again. I'm really committed to make this a success story. So hopefully is going to this website, or maybe ones that I'm going to make in the future, just going up and up and up. All right, I'm not 100% sure of the context here, but it definitely brings my attention to the area. So a transcript is a little bit different than, other stuff that you may be writing specifically, but I would reread this whole section and figure out, okay, what needs to be changed up. Now, this is a good point to actually move over to the advanced issues. So again, this is mostly around style and just how you're presenting your ideas. So Adrian, you can see I'm stopping right here because it's very, very interesting that the word really is used so many times so frequently. So let's see what they say. Oops. Let's see what they say. So we'll click there. It appears that really may be unnecessary in the sentence. Consider removing it. Now, and this comes down to, again, some style, because some people just use the word really often in their speaking, and it can be okay, but it's also a sign of, not necessarily a filler word, but you could put a better adjective in there versus really. All right. So when we're just speaking, it doesn't matter too much. I have those sort of verbal tics as well, and crutches. I'm afraid to even look at what what I set out here, but basically we can remove this and it'll tighten up the sentence, right? It's removing some of the just fluff in there. So let's go ahead and remove it. And then that's really nice because honestly, something. So again, as soon as you click on it, it changes it, but you can expand the card here. It appears it really may be unnecessary. Again, same deal, could be unnecessary. And there are other phrases. There's a little education you can get. So words such as basically, actually, and for all intents and purposes are filler phrases. They make sentences wordy without contributing any important information, right? Avoid empty filler words and it'll make your writing more precise. All right, so they give you some examples as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these here, and then it's tightened up the wording a lot more. And I am using the same thing. So this is the same deal. So definitely it's unnecessary. Overused word. So let's see what they're talking about there. The word amazing is often overused. Consider using a more specific synonym to improve the sharpness of your writing. So again, you can use a better synonym. Something more exact, that's just more powerful. I probably say all the time. So this is the power of using Grammarly. And again, you can use the WordPress integration. So let's say you've hired a few writers to do some work for you, and then you could pop it over here into WordPress and quickly edit it without, your English grammar skills don't have to be at a very high level. You just need to be able to go and look at a sentence. They're going to point out the ones that are clearly wrong, and then you can go back and read it out loud and get it to sound better, basically. So really powerful tool, quite a bargain, much cheaper than actually hiring an editor. Personally, when I hire an editor, I'm paying usually about $20 an hour. And I have a friend in town here in Bozeman. She's a journalist, a freelancer, and her editing rates are anywhere between $50 and $80 an hour. So when you go to a high level, journalistic grade, really smart editor, they're going to do a great job, but it's also going to cost you a lot more. So for 1 hour of, her work, 1.5 hours of her work, I can get Grammarly for a full year, which is quite a bargain for me. So do check out Grammarly. Even if you're not going with the premium version, the free version is going to tighten up your writing. It's going to clean things up quite a bit. You're not going to make those typo mistakes and that sort of thing. So do check it out. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. And don't forget, my affiliate link is listed. So if you use it, I get a commission and I appreciate it. Thanks.